In 2014, technology company Advanced Micro Devices was struggling. Its stock was heading towards an all-time low. Sales were decreasing rapidly, it was riddled with debt and on the brink of bankruptcy. But then, like a miracle, AMD rose from the dead and began striking back, and it is now more powerful than ever. This is a story of how AMD has returned to glory. Lisa Su was a former IBM employee. She moved to AMD in 2012, working as Senior Vice President and General Manager of the company's global business units. Her dream was to become the Chief Executive Officer of the declining company. Not many people will share the same ambition. In 2012, AMD had lost the amount of money that it had made in the previous 2 years. By the end of that year, AMD had to lay off 50% of its employees. In 2014, AMD appointed Lisa Su as the CEO. She knew that if AMD were to survive, it would have to make products powering crucial next-gen tech, including cloud computing, data centers, artificial intelligence, and gaming. She insisted that AMD would concentrate on being a high-performance computing company. During this time, AMD's rival in the computer processor market, Intel, had established a strong market lead after a series of lackluster products from AMD. The strategy under its former CEO, Rory Read, was disarrayed and the company often overpromised and under-delivered, with the FX processor series being the case in point. It used the Bulldozer architecture, a long-standing architecture on the outdated 32nm process that was revealed to have half the cores it advertised. It ran hard and used a lot of power while offering subpar performance. The FX chips gave AMD a bad reputation of being hot and power hungry. It was clear that AMD had to abandon the FX series and move on to something else. And that's precisely what it did. The new Zen architecture is an entirely new design, built from the ground up. It was created for an optimal balance of power and performance. Zen was going to be the architecture for both low-power laptops and high-performance desktop systems. Zen was in development shortly after Jim Keller's reunion with AMD in 2012. The man had previously worked at Apple, designing the A4 and A5 chips used in several of the company's products, prominently the iPhone 4 and the original iPad. One of AMD's primary goals with Zen was an increase of IPC of at least 40%. Zen would also be much more energy efficient than its predecessors by catching up with Intel using the 14nm process. The major departure from the old Bulldozer architecture is the use of simultaneous multi-threading, or SMT, allowing each physical core to operate on 2 threads in parallel, leading to huge performance boosts and multi-threaded workloads. One of the most notable points about Zen is that it allows the increase of real cores and threads far exceeding what Intel 4 processors offer. The high-end chip would have 8 Zen cores, significantly more than Intel's 2016 offer. The i7-6700K had 4 cores and 8 threads. Zen was going to be used for a high-end desktop chip codenamed Zeppelin. After receiving the first Zeppelin chip named Ryzen, Luis Castro, the man in charge of the testing phase, assembled a team of 80 engineers to start experimenting. It was decided then, Ryzen was going to be AMD's next big thing. Reports showed a promising chip. They had the weapon to dominate the desktop, workstation, and the server market. The Zen products originally had the Ryzen series for desktop processors and the EPYC series for servers, but the Zen engineering team had worked on a high-performance processor for workstation in the free time, codenamed Threadripper. In 2016, the team presented the idea to Jim Anderson, who loved it and placed it on the roadmap.
Today is a really big day for AMD. Today is all about Ryzen.
The official announcement of Ryzen was in February 2017. At the announcement, Lisa Su informs that the birth of Ryzen was from a desire to create the high-performance CPU of tomorrow. The 8-core processor was given a name, the Ryzen 7. She also announced an increase of over 52% in IVC, exceeding the 40% goal. The benchmark showed Ryzen as a truly capable processor on the productivity front, beating Intel in multi-core by a significant margin. The Ryzen 7 lineup had 3 offerings: the 700 for high performance and a reasonable price, the 1800X for the best performance and the best price, with the 1700X being the middle ground. The 1800X was priced at half the price of the Core i7 6900K at just $499. The 1700X and the 1700 was priced at $399 and $329 respectively, $25 less than Intel's 7700K. Ryzen was AMD's hope, and it worked. As the Ryzen series proved itself a capable product after every new launch, people began switching to AMD. It's fair to say that Ryzen has had a great impact on the computer scene. It is a game-changing product that has caught its opponent off guard. AMD has come back from the dead with the help of Ryzen. Its opponents underestimated them, and the consumers were skeptical. But through cunning and resolve, they have done it. From the brink of collapse to world-class competitor. The story of AMD. Thank you for watching. This has been your narrator, Alexei.